And, I'm on the phone, so I can't read the room. As soon as he sits down, he goes, all right on time. And I said, well, sir, some of us were. You were 2 hours late. And,
Very nice.
and there was dead silence.
So we'll close up with Brian's favorite segment. Oh, you didn't, bro.
Oh, you didn't, bro.
There you go.
That's how we're going to record one. I'll do a wild line later.
we need to get some samples together, man. for that.
I love it.
So this last segment is meeting Vince McMahon for the first time. Road Dogg. What is your story?
So I actually thought about this while perusing your format. I'm just kidding. I didn't look at your format. No,
their format.
While perusing it, I did notice this, and I thought, I don't remember the first time I ever met Vince, but I'll give you this. Back in the day, Vince was almost acted like, and I treated him like, and maybe I was wrong and disrespectful in doing so, but I treated him like one of the boys. Like he was just like one of the boys to me. Now this time when I came back 10 years later, had a totally different perspective of him. And the first time I was on a conference call, back and working in the company, and I'm back and I'm at my daughter's softball game, and I'm on the phone to a meeting, and we wait forever for him. Finally he comes in, and I'm on the phone, so I can't read the room. As soon as he sits down, he goes, all right on time. And I said, well, sir, some of us were. You were 2 hours late. And
Very nice.
and there was dead silence. And I immediately regretted my decision, and I said, from now on I'm going to go to the office, because at least I can read the room when I'm in there.
Oh, that's
horrible.
That's awesome.
I think that was a really cool remark, honestly.
Yeah. Well, look, and I did actually, in his defense as well, he let me get away with a lot of crap. You know what I mean? Because I was one of the boys, and because I made some money. You know what I mean? I was in a group that made some money, and so he treated me. He let me get away with some crap. You know what I mean? Like people always would go, how do you get away with that? I go, I don't know. I just say it. Pray.
Yeah.
Well, that's you have the gift of gab, and it's like when I hear you talk and just your persona, Brian, it's kind of like a comedian. You know what I mean? You have like a Dave Chappelle. Comedians can get away with saying so many things that someone serious would just yeah. You got cancel culture nowadays, but still there's a large portion of someone who's still, as a comedian, they can still get away with a lot of just a regular conversation or something like that. It seems like you have that type of pull too, as far as you have that ability to just be kind of like the star of the show and the most effervescent and extroverted person in the room. When you have people like that, you have that type of ability to to get away with, as opposed to someone who was
that sounds terrifying to me.
I almost feel like, though, Brian, I got to ask you a question, because being in that role for so long, bro, and I know you. Listen, I always know Brian, because I quote Brian at least a couple of times a month. When every time I say bless his heart, I give you credit. I give you credit.
Thank you.
But
Thank you.
I got to ask you this, bro, because I've been there, bro. I'm sure when you went back and now you're in office and you're really not one of the boys, man, bro, I'm sure there were times you had to get into that political game. And bro, I would think you must have hated it, because that's not you.
No, not at all.
Right. I mean, am I right? Was that really difficult for you?
Yeah, it was. Look, that was the most difficult part for me, was because once I was the lead writer of SmackDown, then it was up to me to manage all my top stars' egos too. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so it's the kind of the position you take on, and there were some top stars. Some of the top stars that are still there right now were on that show at the time, and so look, I didn't like to play the game. I was as honest as I could be with them, while still. Look, I had to practice keeping my mouth shut, because I'm not good at it. And so I would practice like, okay, I shouldn't tell them this. I'll just tell them this. And even that drove me nuts. Because it's not me, man. I'm an open book, and we can work this out. Let's talk about, you know what I mean? We can do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could see it, man, because there are a couple of times, like I would catch the Diva show, and I would see you backstage, like, and it was literally Brian's playing the role of
Oh,
management.
yes.
And I know this is killing him. I mean, literally, because I'm watching you and I'm like, bro, this ain't him. He would not handle it this way, bro.
No, and look, I was forced to kind of handle,
of course,
everything like that. You know what I mean? And that you're right. That was not me.
Yeah.
And this is just the dumb redneck took too many chairs.
Throwing goats over fences.
That's all. That's
Yes,
all. Goat
indeed.
thrower. Hashtag
Starting
goat thrower.
a Twitch, coming to a Twitch near you and an OnlyFans near you. This guy right
Yes,
here.
I'm going to put socks on while I do goat yoga.
I'm in. I'll subscribe to that. I'm in, bro. I'm in.
Nice.
Well, thank
All right,
God.
speaking of subscribe, let's plug some socials. So you got a podcast, Man in the Middle. You know what? Every time I think of Man in the Middle, I think of Bill Cartwright. I still am a big Bulls fan.
Yeah,
And,
Nick, he
when
played
they
for the
used to-
Knicks too, bro. Play for the Knicks, Bill Cartwright.
Yeah.
I was thinking of Michael
Bill
Jackson.
Cartwright.
But it's Man in the Mirror.
Well, there you go.
I was,
Yeah, that's the Man in the Mirror, but
in the
close
middle.
enough.
Yeah,
That's
let's
the
talk
knockoff
about this
version of Man in the
podcast,
Middle.
bro. We got to let everybody. We're not even plugging any of my stuff. He's taking my time. Let's talk all about
All right,
this
you'll take your
podcast.
time.
People got to watch this podcast. Tell them about it, bro.
Look, I do think it's called the Oh You Didn't Know podcast with BG Road Dogg James, trying to get around who owns what and what owns who. But it is called Oh You Didn't Know. The co-host is called Ryan. His name is Ryan Katz. Great, talented young man. The first hire ever when FCW was in Orlando before it became NXT. He was already hired there. He worked under Dusty Rhodes his whole time in NXT and then worked with me on the character development side of it for the last 3 years. So I immediately asked, could he be my co-host? He wears a lot of hats. I think we have a lot of fun. I think we talk a lot of inside baseball. I try to keep it upbeat and positive because that's the way I have to keep my perspective these days. Anger and rage is a dubious luxury I cannot afford. So I'm just trying to do the best I can, and we have a great time on this podcast. And if you listen, I think you'll laugh. And if you laugh, then you're living life, right?
Bro, you're a big baseball guy, Brian.
No, I have no idea anything about. You know what I love is girls softball. I'm serious too.
I
'Cause my daughters.
love, bro.
Yeah.
I watch college on ESPN. Those girls are unbelievable. Bro.
It's such a fast, quick game.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Cool.
I agree. I love that sport, bro. Yes. So where did they catch it, bro? Where did they catch Oh You Didn't Know?
So anywhere you pick up your podcast, Apple, Spotify, YouTube. But yeah, just check us out, man. We're under the podcast Heat umbrella. So Conrad's gang got hooked up there with Jeff and Steve Regal and Matt Hardy and Eric Bischoff and the whole gang. Mick Foley just joined. So yeah, we're doing what we can and we're having a good time. I don't know if I'm any good at a podcast, but I'm good at running my mouth, so I'm going to do that, until they tell me to shit, until you turn off the camera.
Do you have a like a website? I mean, like, how do you sell merch and stuff? Is there someplace they can go?
So yeah, I don't have any merch right now. Like, this is all real new to me, like you mentioned earlier, and so I'm trying to work out like websites and T-shirts. Cool. Look, I got some stuff on PWTs, but I kind of want to try to figure all that out on my own once I. Have some experience doing this. Like, look, I just started doing those conventions and stuff, and that's the most incredible thing I've ever seen in my life. People coming out there and paying what they're paying to get an autograph and a picture with me and Billy. Like, it's incredible. I'm so thankful for the opportunity.
That's awesome.
Nice. Good stuff. Brian, Vince, it's been a pleasure. It's been a nice
Is it
ride,
over already?
man.
It's over. That's it.
It's over,
bro.
man.
What?
That's it. Yeah,
I got
absolutely.
I got like 2 more
Time
hours
flies when you're having fun.
of shtick here I put together. I'm gonna stay
Save it
here
for
and
the future episodes.
record it. Yeah.
Good stuff. Brian,
Hey, thank
Vince,
you guys so much.
My pleasure. This is the Wrestling Outlaws, ladies and gentlemen. I think you should just call me the sheriff. I just make sure I just keep the peace with these two knuckleheads over here. Talk
There's
about
a new
some
sheriff
more
in town.
wrestling attitude,
And his name
ladies and
is
gentlemen.
Reggie Hammond.
Yes, indeed.
I love it, man. Hey, thank you guys so much.
Brian James. Yes, indeed. I'm Dr. Chris, and this is the Wrestling Outlaws. So long, everybody.